Hey, it's Tanika Martin Green. You are listening to the best podcast, Creech Questions.
You also, as you were saying, you recently started a new project with Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. Now, like you're saying, you're going to make them different and have guests that won't normally fit in with Walker Stalker Con. What else are you doing to make it different from Walker Stalker Con, and will there be any similarities?
Well, the biggest thing is that, I think you're going to feel that you're going to have that same boutique, small feel, although it's getting massive sometimes. But I think the biggest thing is that Heroes and Villains Fan Fest is different than all the other Comic-Cons because we want it to be interactive. So it's going to be, we're going to have zip lines and shooting ranges and climbing walls and, bungee things and just opportunities for people to recreate superhero moves and superhero type stuff. And we want it to be more of an interactive fest. It will still have some aspects of a Comic-Con with, vending and things like that. But we want it to be more interactive. We want more for people to do when they get on the floor and not feel like they either have to meet an actor, sit in a panel, or go walk around and shop. We want there actually to be real activities for people to do once they get in.
Okay, and now that we are actually less than a week away, it's coming up, do you have any kind of, are you nervous? Like, do you feel like you did maybe in the first Walker Stalker Con?
Yes. Yeah. I've had this conversation a couple of times this week. Definitely nervous. We know what to do, and we know what we're doing, so we know how to pull it off, meaning the actual event itself. The parts we're nervous about is, we don't. These actors don't know us. What makes Walker Stalker Con so great is I think the actors know us and they trust us, and so they're real comfortable. They know we're going to take care of them. They trust, that we schedule things right and get them in places right. We don't know any of these actors this weekend. Other than the relationship that I've formed with Stephen and Mel, they don't know any of my staff. And so everybody's new. So there's that trust aspect that's going to have to be created with this first event. And so that's the thing. We just hope that we present ourselves professionally, that we present ourselves with the same heart and passion that we had the first time. And so that stuff is crucial, I think, to the event being a success. It's not about ticket sales. It's about feel, and it's about vibe. I know the actors will do all right, and, if they hit their guarantees, great. If not, we're going to make sure that we cover them, but we want them to have a good time, and we want them to feel like the actors do when they come to Walker Stalker Con, because they view Walker Stalker Con as this reunion setting. And so we really, really want them to feel that this weekend. So that's the part I'm most nervous about.
What are you most excited about for fans to get to experience at FanFest this weekend?
I think what we're most excited about is we're excited that the comic book superhero fan is going to get the treatment at a convention like a fan does at a Walker Stalker Con. Because I know there's a lot of conventions out there, but we just don't think people care the way that we do. I think it comes across in our staff. I think it comes across in our volunteers. We really care, and I can't say that that's true for most conventions these days. I think a lot of it is money-driven, and that is not the heart of what we do and why we do it. So I think I'm excited for people to walk into an event where they might expect a Comic-Con, but they get a completely different feel by the time they leave.
Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple, Rick Nicotero,
Patty Miller,
T-Love,
Eric Jensen,
Emma Bell,
Bing Chen, Vincent M. Ward, Jeff Cobra,
Jose Pablo Cantillo,
Danny Robot, Lawrence Gilliard Jr., Nestor Carbonell, Harold Parano, Daniel Thomas May, Alan Moss,
Sarah Wayne Callies,
Chad L. Coleman,
I'm RJ Billy from Breaking Bad,
Bates Montell,
AMC's Comic Book Man,
The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
You better listen up good or I'm come get you.
Hey everyone out there, this is CJ Creech, and you too can listen to our celebrity interviews on our podcast, Creech Questions. Check us out on CreechCreativeProductions.com and Facebook.com/CreechCreativeProductions.